Hello and welcome to AUC Weekly News Bulletin. I'm Sharif Al-Hakim and today we'll be having reports covering the Red Bull competition, the On the Road to Freedom exhibition and the stress-relieving activities on campus. Starting off with the Red Bull competition. On Thursday, February 7th, AUC hosted the International Paper Wings Red Bull event at the AUC New Cairo campus, inside the sports complex. The event started from 1 p.m. till 3:30 p.m. and many AUC students participated at the competition. The game consisted of a paper plane folded from a sheet of A4 paper and the skills to throw it further than anyone else. The participants got 2 attempts and the best one was the counted one.
Hey! So today we have Red Bull Paper Wings. It's one of the most amazing creative events that Red Bull has. It doesn't matter if you're strong or not, if you know how to jump or not. It's all about thinking in a creative way. How do you make an airplane? How do I get it to fly? How do I get the highest air time or how do I get the longest distance? So all you have to do is make the airplane, come, show up, throw it, and you're good to go.
People can also know about the Red Bull Paper Wings competition and results through their new application. Moving on to our next story, last Wednesday, the photographic gallery at AUC presented the photographic exhibition On the Road to Freedom by Egyptian photographer Asma Wagih. A particularly new phenomenon is for the women to win their freedom in a region ravaged by social traditions and suffering from Daesh. The photographer wanted to capture through her photographs the strength and bravery of the women. This exhibition honors the heroic Kurdish women and other Arab women that have stood against the horrendous assaults of ISIS. Moving on to our next topic, the stress-relieving activities on campus. Is the midterm season stressing you out? FYP have got you covered with stress-relieving activities. Last Monday, March 18th, on the new campus, AUC's first-year program club made football challenges on campus. The event consisted of the activity known as football volley, where the player meets and directs the ball in an angled direction before it reaches the ground. The event is not only intended to relieve stress, but also to warm up the teams who will be participating in their tournament دورة مش رمضانية.
ده الجول بتاعنا ان هو يبقى راوند اوف 16 كوارتر فاينل سيمي فاينل فاينل تيمز اوف 6 كل تيم بيدفع 300 جنيه عشان ينتر وعنده فرصه ان هو يوين برايز 5000 3000 2000 بيزد على البوزيشن first place second place third place.
دورة مش رمضانية is a tournament that will take place this spring semester. Individuals can sign up by creating teams of 6 and paying £50 each at the FYP booth. That was all for today's news bulletin. Stay tuned for our interview with Egyptian singer Maya Abdelaziz. Moving on to our interview, our guest today is Maya Abdelaziz, an Egyptian singer and fashion designer who is known for her kindness as she contributes in many charitable activities, worked as a teacher in South Africa, and is the founder of the Act of Kindness campaign. Hi Maya, nice to have you.
Thank you.
Maya, can you tell us how did you start singing?
I think it started around 3 or 4 years ago. One of my, I would say like the beginning would be when I sang a song to Prophet Muhammad, and it was like a response song to this movie that happened. It was, like mocking the Prophet. And I think that was the beginning where I realized that music is such an important tool to, like show the world that I wanted to show the world that Islam is not like that. We are totally, different than whatever the image is being painted. So the beginning was around, I would say 4 years ago.
And tell us, how did you start the charitable activities in South Africa?
Well, there are 2 sides to the story. The first one is that I love teaching. So I love singing and I love teaching. And I love the fact that you can use music as an educational tool to teach so many things. And it is important to start with kids because, like they are the next generation. So the first country that I've been to start teaching was South Africa. And then I continued, I went to several African countries and Egypt, of course. The Act of Kindness thing is another thing, and it's called You Are Kind. It's a movement where I wanted to spread, like little acts of kindness because this really does make people's day better. So it's a second thing. It's like one of the things that I really love.
Tell us, May, what inspired you to do all of this?
Definitely my family. They're very supportive, and they love just keeping me in the loop of what's happening in my life, and I always come back to them with advice and inspiration. So yeah, family and friends, of course, and it starts with family.
Yeah. So tell us, do you produce all of your own songs, or do you have collaborations? Or
Yeah, I've done a couple of collaborations with different, like production labels, but I love producing my own songs because I'm involved in, like the whole process of song making, whether if it's songwriting, composing, going through the musical elements of the song, producing and directing as well. So yeah, it's a whole thing, but yeah, I love producing my songs.
And since you're producing your own songs, do you write them yourself?
Yeah, I do write them myself, and I also compose them, so yeah.
And what motivates you to write these songs?
Because, like music is you literally vocalizing your thoughts. It's whatever you're going through, and you want to translate that into melodies. And everything I go through, every emotion I feel, every, like something I want to share with the world, it starts with writing down what I feel and the thoughts that I want to share with the world.
And how is AUC a part of who you are today?
Oh my God, it is a huge part of who I am today. I would say like I'm the older generation, where I spent 4 years in Tahrir and then 1 year here. So you guys are like taking the torch. But yeah, it affected me on so many levels. The way I see the world, I have so many inspirational professors who really helped me throughout my career in mass communication and singing as well. So yeah, it's a huge part of who I am today.
And how did it help you achieve what you've done so far?
I would say, I think AUC puts you in this different mindset where you are allowed to express yourself freely. You can, because of how, like how different courses that we take and all the, like I've taken like criminology and psychology and sociology. So you sort of have like this full spectrum of everything that's happening. So yeah, it helped me understand the world better, and definitely with my music as well.
And when you're feeling down, what keeps you going? What's the motivation that keeps you going?
Definitely music, whether playing music, singing, everything music related. So yeah, I would say music is number one.
And as a public figure, when people criticize you, how does that make you feel?
At first, I used to take it badly. I would really like feel very bad about it. But then I understand that constructive criticism is something I really appreciate, and I think I take it better. But if something that's not that good, I don't take it personal at all. I just brush it off and continue.
You're the founder of your You Are Kind campaign. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, it started in 2017. I was just not feeling happy in Egypt. I felt that there's something was missing, like in my soul. And the first thing that makes you happy is when you make others happy. It just, ricochets back at you. So I just called like my fans and said, you know what, I want to do something happy to people. I just want to go outside and spread happiness, whether if it's, like a note that has have a beautiful day, or just giving someone some chocolate or a flower. And then I had like this huge team, and we just went out there, and it started like that.
And what are the hardships that you faced throughout?
They're different, depends on the situation. But I think I've experienced pretty much everything. And I think whether if it's, like the loss of someone, or financial troubles, or whatever that happens to, like each person, it becomes a beginning to another chapter in your life where you grow as a person. And it definitely affected my music writing as well. It helped me mature in this as well.
That's actually very inspiring. And has that development changed you in any way?
Oh my God, it did. Of course it did. I mean, looking back, even, when you get like Facebook memories where it reminds you of your statuses and your pictures, and you're like, oh my God, I've grown so much. And it's because of what you've been through.
And what challenges do you face like regularly as from this process? And through this charity work, like what are the obstacles you have to overcome?
The first thing that I wanted to do was that I didn't want to be an NGO, because it has its responsibilities, and I just wanted something simple and random. Like we would go outside the train station and just hand people roses, and people would be just like, like having a horrible day, and they don't even want to look at you, and then you just like put a little spark in their day. So yeah, it's been challenging a little bit, but it's very rewarding.
And since you've already achieved so much, can you just tell us what are your plans for the future and what are your dreams and aspirations?
Definitely just my exposure, I would love for it to get bigger and get exposed to the, especially the Arab community around the world. That's something I'm looking forward to. And yeah, keep being kind, maybe.
And I have a favor to ask you. Is it possible for you to sing us something?
Oh my God, of course.
Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
Of course, yeah, I would love that. I think I would love to share one of my, well, because I would say since Ramadan is coming, so this is a song that I would love to share with you. It's a Sufi song. I love Sufism. I'm very influenced by it. So I'm gonna start with Ofranak is one of my favorite songs, and it's a dedication to one of the team members here. All right, there you go. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
غفرانك اللهم جل علاك لطفا بعبدك خالقي رحماك يا كاشف البلوى أتيتك راجيا أرجو رضاك فليس لي إلاك أرجو رضاك فليس لي إلاك. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, that was
amazing. Thank you guys.
That was
been
incredible.
Great. Thank you so
Lovely
much.
Song. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for coming today.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching. That was all for today. Stay tuned next week for more information from AUCTV.